Adriana Smith was about 9 weeks, I believe, when she went into hospital dealing with a headache. There seems to be some kind of mismanagement of care, but eventually she passed and has been pronounced as brain dead. Her family's looking for support, but what's interesting is that she's been kept on life support because the life of her child has passed, I think it's Georgia's abortion law, heartbeat kind of era. And it's raised an interesting kind of conundrum across America, of course, and then across the pro-life and pro-abortion debate as a whole, I think internationally. Should a woman be kept alive and essentially function in a utilitarian sense as an incubator for the life of her baby? And the debates around this have been insanely fascinating. I must admit, people who are never expected to be on one particular side or hold a particular view do hold that side. And I appreciate their nuances, but I want to bring this conversation back to its core. Hello, sinners, saints, the glories of men, my fellow ribs. Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to discuss the mother's perspective, because I know most women that I know, and I believe Adriana already has another 7-year-old child. But I know for most mothers, when being in that pregnant stage of life, you have the most interesting conundrums cross your path. The things that you worry about, the things that you think about, you never would have thought about in 1,000 years if you weren't pregnant, probably. Give me a second. That's a little better. The things that you think about when you're pregnant, never would have thought about in 1,000 years if you weren't. And I know for a lot of women, they consider this scenario or a similar scenario. I actually was thinking about a very similar scenario a couple of weeks ago, as a disease that I'm high risk for, may potentially, if presenting at an early onset, I may have to be put into a coma for, if it's that severe. Like, that's the extreme of most extreme scenarios, but what life would be like was an interesting thought to me. Now, if Adriana is a mum, she has probably thought about this scenario. What do I do if, I pass, I go into a coma, something were to happen? And I think for most mums, they would prefer to be kept on life support, even if they were declared brain dead, for the sake of their child. If I'm gone, I'm gone. Now, being brain dead, I know, is a whole debate in of itself, but if I'm gone, I'm gone. And my hope and prayer would be that something good came out of that scenario, rather than just something horrific, aka my death, for my family. Now, I recognize there's a little bit of nuance because American medical support is insane, and I really do hope that they get abundant support for their situation financially. In fact, I would encourage people to go and donate to this cause to support the family, to be able to fund medical bills and stuff like that. And on top of that, I think it would be a fantastic cause for the pro-life community to help rally behind and support. But once again, I think it's a very fascinating issue that no one's considering the wishes of Adriana. In one sense they are, because they're loudly proclaiming, how dare she be kept as an incubator? How dare this? How dare that? Without action. And the family, interestingly, advocating for her death and the death of her child. But her as a mum, Adriana as a mum, if she knew that she was in this situation and knew ahead, I wonder what her decision would be. Because I know for the vast majority of mothers, they would choose to go through that suffering for the sake of their child, then completely eliminate any possibility of life for their child altogether. Now, if she's 22 weeks, that means she's very close to viability, and it's going to be a tough life for that kid. But ideally wish all the best. Ideally hope that this baby pulls through. Ideally hope that this family pulls through, that this family can reconcile. I think it would be a very interesting situation growing up and learning that your family actively kind of advocated for your death, but a little awkward family dinner there. But yeah, I do wish the best for her, and even a miracle that she wakes up. But remembering her true wishes as a mother, what they may actually be. Because I know for me and many other mums, we would give anything for our kids. Anyway, that's all for today. Grace and peace from our Lord and Saviour, and I'll see you tomorrow.